Ohio University English professor Joan Connor has released a collection of short stories titled How to Stop Loving Someone. She tells stories from both the man's and woman's perspective of view and adds humor and emotion to display all aspects of her character. Joan Connor joins us now in our studio. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Now, you write these short stories. Why have you chosen to write short stories instead of something longer like a novel?
I was drawn to it. I was a failed poet, and so I think the short form really appealed to me. But I'm now writing my fourth novel. 3 of them sit on the floor of my closet. I'm trying to learn how to write a novel, but I love stories because I'm restless, so I can try something in one story and something entirely different in another.
Now, what kinds of short stories do you like to write?
The range is pretty immense. I do fables, I do stories based on historical characters, I do stories that are entirely invented, so there's kind of a broad range. And
now, you say that a lot of your stories have a nice sense of humor to the characters. Where do you get that humor? Is that something that you do naturally, or is that something you like to develop through your characters?
From my family. It really varies. My dad's Irish, and so I love wordplay, and storytelling was sort of fundamental to my family growing up. But I like situational humor. I'm sort of a klutz. In fact, I thought I was going to trip coming in here today. So I think that probably is where it comes from. And I also think it's just human. You know, we're all goofy sometimes.
Now, what type of time period do you like to focus on in your stories? Is there a specific time?
There's a great range in my short story collection before this one. It's called History Lessons. Several of the stories were set in Victorian United States, and that's an era that appeals to me. And many of them are contemporary. Again, there's quite a range. One of the stories was the cusp of the 1800s about Victor the Feral Child. So.
And what type of audience do you write for? Is there a specific age group that you're targeting?
No, I don't think about audience when I'm writing. I'd hate to say I just write for myself. Obviously, I hope somebody's going to read them, but I don't target an audience at all.
Now, you just released your last collection back in January. Have you been working on anything new since your last collection?
I'm always writing. I'm working on a couple of essays right now, one based on the experience of working with Frederick Lewis's media arts class. They're developing 2 of my early short stories into short films, and I'm writing about that experience because it's so foreign to me. And then I found a really cool book up in Columbus at the Book Loft on the circus, and I've been reading a lot of Stephen Milhouse's work, so I'm writing an essay about the circus.
Great. And then if someone wants to go and purchase your collections, where could they find them?
They're all available on Amazon, and Little Professor is really good about stocking local artists' work. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Joan.
Thank you. Yeah.